Lauren Keating.
Do you mind if I have a seat, Lauren?
Please take a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
First of all, thanks for having me here.
Sure.
I had a great conversation with Mrs. Pratt, as she obviously informed you, and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to meet with me. She said she's been with the company since 1984. Obviously, I value her opinion, and she speaks very highly of you and your ability as well.
Thanks.
All right, before we get started, I just wanted to learn a little bit more about you. I did the same thing with Mrs. Pratt, and I think it really helped me in my approach because I want to make sure I know what you guys exactly want. And what drove you to get started with Franklin Savings Bank?
Well, I've been in IT for a long time. Probably been with this company for about 5 or 6 years. I mean, the biggest driver is family. Actually, related to the owners through marriage. So, which is great. It's nice to be a part of the family and a part of the family business. So that's really what brought me to this specific company.
It's a family-owned company.
Yep.
If I'm correct, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And she also kind of talked to me about that. It sounds like both of you have a great wealth of experience and appreciation for the company in general, but. She talked to me about plans for a new facility.
Yeah,
Is that possible?
Yep, we just opened a new facility, our second branch in Hopkinton. Yep, and we have plans still to expand. So our future plans are to expand regionally. So very exciting. A lot of work, but it's very exciting.
Right. So with your expansion, what do you think some of the biggest challenges are?
It's a good question. From an IT perspective specifically, we're definitely thinking a lot about the growth that's going to come along with it. We're already seeing growth from our Hopkinton branch, new customers, which is great, but it does mean, a strain for IT a little bit. We have a small team. We do what we can, but we spend a lot of time managing what we currently have, and a lot of late nights and weekends and things like that. So. We know that moving forward, we need something that's going to be a little bit more scalable for us. We need to make sure it's cost efficient. That's a really big component of it for us. But those are the biggest things that we're foreseeing could be challenges.
And how do you feel about it? You said you're excited about it?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. Growth is great, but it's just figuring out. We don't have an established roadmap, so we're not really sure what our plan is to support that growth. We need to figure it out because it's important, being able to support it from the back end, from IT.
Right.
So that's really what our focus is right now.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I know that you know that I'm in IT.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Mrs. Pratt discussed it with you, or you wouldn't have set up in the meeting in the first place.
Sure.
But, how much do you know about EMC? I know you've mentioned Hopkinton,
Mm-hmm.
so we're in Hopkinton too. As well.
Yeah, I'm familiar with EMC. We all are, we're from the area, so
Right.
we all know EMC. But part of our hesitation is that we know EMC is a big company. So my familiarity with you guys is enterprise customers and a lot bigger than we are, that's
Absolutely.
for sure. So we're just a small company, so that's a little bit of a hesitation.
Right, and Mrs. Pratt actually, she discussed the same thing about you guys are nervous because we handle big companies, but we also pride ourselves on the small companies as well. We don't want them to feel left out, and we know that you're growing. You want to be a big company, and we want to help you do that. And we want to make things more efficient, more simple, and affordable for you. And would you mind if I took some time to show you what I showed Mrs. Pratt?
Sure.
I appreciate it. Well, the reason why I decided to start talking with you guys is because of the data growth that's going on. And you can just look at this for you. So data is booming. We're in a technological age where everything's technology. People want things faster. And for a bank to run efficiently, we need to move in that direction. And all these the cell phones, everything revolves around storage. So surveillance, security, everything like that, and we want to make it simpler for you. She expressed some of the similar problems that you expect, some of the fears that you had. Limited resources, failure backup, and security. And we like to identify all three of those and make you feel a lot better. The islands of information that don't communicate can be a problem for customers, especially if you do have a new branch, like you said. If someone goes in one branch, makes a deposit, the other branch needs to know about that. And what we do is we just make that simpler. So we take away the islands and just put one server to help you out. And you mentioned that you're worried about costs a little bit as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I have some of the costs right here. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
and it's other customers have expressed the same fear that you have, and I feel for them. I understand that. Any small business that's growing has the same fears that you have, and we found that these people have saved 70%. And I'm not just throwing. I don't just want you to think I'm just throwing that number out there. So I just wanted you to take a look here, and I'll go over the numbers with you real quick. The cost to run the lifetime server is $1,500, and the cost to power it, cool it, and store it, all that is costs more than the server itself, the maintenance and everything that goes with it. That's $5,000. Then $500 goes to backup data for data, and then $284 goes to the cost per square unit of the server itself.
Mhm.
And that totals about, on average, about $15,284. And with the VNXE, it only costs $7,400, and it eliminates all these. So you're saving more than you're spending. You're going to be saving roughly $7,884, and you're only spending the $7,400, like I said. And do you have any questions over like what I just went over? Or?
No, it's pretty interesting. I mean, the numbers are interesting, and as far as what we put forward, I'm not sure the specifics, but you know, of course, there's definitely validity here. I mean, my concern, a big concern, is learning something new. You know,
Absolutely.
we're really comfortable with what we're doing today. We know it's not going to take us into the future, but we also don't have a lot of time to learn how to use another complex solution.
Right.
So that's a concern for us moving forward.
Right, and I definitely understand your concern, and I'd be willing to draw like a growth plan for you to see how effective that this machine is. And we found with other customers that they're not, some of them aren't tech savvy, but ours is very simple. It's easy to use. It's backed up, almost like a cloud. And we found that security is also very efficient too. So with the economy the way it is, a lot of people are trying to get money any way possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a way to, through RSA, which is a company that we recently purchased, we can find out who's trying to get into your customers' accounts and prevent it from happening.
Okay. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, and given that all that we talked about today, I would just, and we talked about the financial justifications, and I could draw up the growth plan for Alex as well. Is there anything that Alex said specifically for you to ask me, or any?
No, he's
outstanding
not.
questions?
I mean, he's aware this meeting's happening, but he's not. He wasn't very specific with me. As far as next, like anything that's coming next, you'd have to speak with him directly.
Absolutely.
So you know, as far as what he would like to know, he might have further questions for you. But I mean, I'm sure we talked about today, but you'd have to speak with him further.
Okay, and I would definitely like to take some time to gather more information, technical information about growth costs and stuff like that to get back to Alex. But I gave you my business card, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions yourself.
Sure.
Alex, I would love to give Alex a tour of our place. If he has the time. I know you guys are really busy.
Sure.
Like I said, we're in Hopkinton, and I give him a tour of the place, show him new technologies, and just plans. You can also show him what we've been doing with bigger banks, because eventually that's where you guys want to be. So, but if you don't have any other questions for me, it was great to meet you, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time.
Great meeting you too. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely.